overheads. Okay, a lot of the sound that we're getting is actually coming from these overheads. If I were to take all of these drums that are supporting the sound of the overheads and I solo them up, this is what we get. Now I'm going to add in those overheads. See what I mean? Okay, so let's head in here on the overheads and we are going to solo those. I'm going to grab the Fabfilter, the same as before, clean up some of the low end, a good bit of the low end actually. I'm listening to the relationship between the kick drums, mics, and the overhead that's picking it up. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab the, why not the Helios, as we've been using it so much. Let's grab the Helios. There's probably a preset, probably overheads. How about that? Shakir King knows what he's doing. Let's turn this off and on, take a listen to it, see if we like it, and then change what we don't like. Actually, that sounds pretty great right where he has it. I may end up pulling that high end down a little bit if I don't want this to be as bright, but I'm gonna leave that right where it is, exactly where it is. I'm also going to put a compressor on there, a tiny bit, very fast release and attack from the Fairchild. Let's listen to that with and without it. Yeah, I like it. Good. Let's listen to the drums, all of them, without the room or the chamber. All right, I can already tell you this kick in is going to come down. That's much better. Good. I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take all of these drums, and in order to save some DSP, as a lot of UAD users will do, we're going to take all of these up to this insert. We're going to freeze it. Okay, that means I can come back later and change it very easily by unfreezing it. But all of these I'm going to freeze up to here, freeze up to this insert, which means it's going to hold that and let go of the DSP so we can put it elsewhere, which is awesome. I'm going to do that. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back after freezing these. We're going to take a listen to this room. I'm gonna high pass the room, just get rid of some of that rumble. What I did here is I pulled up the preamp on this 1073 so that it's pushing it through the transformers a little more and giving it some more color on this room. Oh, didn't mean to move that. Without it. With it. Cool. That sounds great.
I can't have you here. I'm going the places you'd be taking me if you could.
Okay, it's getting that rhythm part down in the bottom end really well. It's about this time I started looking at what's going on the mix bus again. Let's come over here and take a look at a mix bus compressor. One of my favorites is the Neve 33609. Let's start with that one, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up one or two. Let's also grab the SSL G bus compressor. Yes. We'll take a look at both of these, take a listen to them and see which one we like better. Now on this one, I'm going to turn off the SSL. I'm going to leave on the Neve. Let's take a listen to this one first. I'm going to set it up as it's playing here.
You'd be taking me if you could.
That's usually about where I would want that. I have put it on 1.5 to 1. It's a soft ratio, or a low ratio. And I have left the gain down a little, 0, because it's not really pulling much. Let's pull it up a little bit. Yeah. Recovery, it's 100 milliseconds. Just pulling, 3 or 4 dB on those loud hits. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's try the SSL now. I'm going to set it up at the 2 ratio, which is the closest we have here. And we will start with release. Let's come down here to about there. Okay, I like that right where it is. Let me see if the slower attack's better. Yeah. Listen to the snare drum when I change this to the slower. Well, here's faster, here's slower. Right there, the snare is more defined, it's coming through better. Okay, let's listen to both. Here is the Neve.
Since I can't have you here, I'm going the places you'd be taking me if you could. And it's crystal clear.
I prefer the Neve. It has more oomph going on. There seems to be a high pass thing happening with the SSL. I'm liking that much better. Right. Okay. Next video, we'll talk about the effects that we're going to put on here, a couple other things on the mix bus, and tackle these vocals as well. Hope everybody's doing great. Stay safe. Wash your hands. We'll talk to you next time. Take it easy.